Yo, YouTube, is iComplex back with another no money spent video. Now today's video, no money spent, is basically a recap of what happened between the previous episodes and right now. So obviously there's a huge difference between previous episode and now. This episode I literally have 200,000 MT, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. And y'all probably wondering, how do I have so much MT and how I'm level 22 all of a sudden. So don't worry, I recorded everything to show the process and what happened to get up to this point. But all I have to say, I have this much amount of MT basically because of domination. I've been doing domination. You can see I have 2 completed and I have 1 left over. Now it didn't give me 200,000. It gave me like at least like I would say like 150k around there, at least, because you know it's 1,000 every game and stuff. And yeah, you quick sell the shoes you get from current domination. On top of that, second domination literally gives you 1,000 MT every single game you play. So yeah, it gave me a good amount of MT. Now I'm going to explain how I got the rest of like the 50k, because I did claim I earned 150k through domination. But I'm first going to show you my team. Right, is right here. See, I made a major changes. You can see I added a couple people to my squad, and I'm basically going to show the clips of what basically happened and explain. Y'all probably wondering, how did I even, like, oh, not really how, but like why did I record, why I didn't record it, to be exact. And it's domination. Well, I'm gonna record offline games, that's going to make the series boring, and there's no point of doing that. So but in the token market, because of domination gave me so many tokens, I'm up to amethyst, which is pretty cool. The tokens I earned from all-time domination, I'm going to save until the next season, because it's 9 days left. And because of that means they're going to add more cards to the token market. So I'm going to hold my tokens until better amethyst comes, more usable amethyst comes to the token market, and hopefully more diamonds, because looking at the diamond tokens, there's not many good tokens here except for Earl Monroe and Al Holford. But yeah, so I'm gonna get on explain myself in the next clip. Alright, so I made sure I put every clip in order of time to time to make sure I'm able to explain this the best way possible, or for this video makes sense. So in this clip, you literally see me picking up Skolo. This was the day Louis Skolo actually came out, and I felt like he was a good card for me to use, so I decided to pick him up first. He was the first card I actually picked up. Well, the first card I actually picked up was Billy Howe, but Louis Skolo was second. He's a pretty good player. I'll put him at the center of how, I mean, that's the only positions you can put him at, but I like him. He's not that bad. He's been usable for me. I picked him up, and I also picked up Patrick Mills. Patrick Mills was also a point guard that was really cheap, that I felt like it was worth picking up. But I ended up selling him back though, because really, at the end of the day, he didn't fit my playstyle. He's a point guard that didn't fit my playstyle. My playstyle as a point guard is a point guard that could finish at a high rate, shoot, and you know, of course, could play defense, and tall. It could play make, so basically do everything. But for now, I could only I use point guards that could dunk the ball and stuff. But yeah, those type of point guards I tend to use in the early stage of the game. Now, I also end up picking Robert Horry. I put him at my power forward position. Well, in the early stages of my team, actually, because you know I wanted to fill up my team, and you know, I picked up budget cards that does really well. So I also ended up picking up Tony Kukoc with him the same day that I picked him up. And I started forming my team, and you know, you see how my team is looking like. It's looking pretty good. And after that, literally I think like a couple days later, I end up putting the locker code, and I end up getting lucky, and I end up pulling Allen Houston. Allen Houston is worth like 40k around there. because he's like one of the few cards that actually comes with gold range extender, and I kept him because I need him, to be honest. He was a card that I definitely needed, because you know I needed a shooter on my team. But I picked him up, and I'm glad that I pulled him. Well, I didn't really pick him up, I pulled him. But yeah, but later on, I sold Tony Kukoc because I feel like, you know, he wasn't someone that I really needed. And I believe around this time I started getting high in the token market. So of course I had cards that could replace both of them. So I ended up selling both Robert Horry and Tony Kukoc. And you know, I was pretty fine with it. My team was still pretty good. So, and I started earning MT. Now I believe after this, I went ahead and I picked up Sleepy. I forgot his last name already. I think Sleepy. Nah, I don't know. Sleepy something, bro. I forgot his name. But this clip I was literally recording the video. I was making a YouTube video for the No Money Spent series, but you know I ended up scratching it and you know saying screw it. I don't want to do this video at this time. But I end up picking up Sleepy. He was cheap too. He went up in price, which is crazy. I think I picked him up. I don't know how much I picked him up for. I think 7,000 probably. It doesn't look like that so far. Or 13,000. Well, I mean, eventually he went up for what, 30K. I don't know about now, but he actually did go up. He 12,000, and he's probably like what, 15,000, 30,000 now. But I end up getting Sleepy Hollow, which ultimately end up replacing Dame in the starting lineup, and I put Dame on my bench. And now I gotta, you see, well, I was about to say now I gotta explain this, but I end up sniping a card later on while I was playing Domination. While I was playing Domination, I earned up to 100,000 MT, and Diamond Larry Bird was still going for a good amount of price, and you know I decided to start sniping him for like I was there in the filter probably for like I would say like 5 minutes. I would say the max. I didn't spend a lot of time on him, and he literally, excuse me, popped up like 100,000. I ended up sniping him, and he ended up selling for 134,000. So that's how I end up earning a lot of more MT. Sniping is a really good way to earn MT. This is not exactly the way. Well, it's kind of is exactly the way how I end up getting 200,000 MT now. But I'm not a player that snipes because I don't have the patience. I don't have the time to snipe and sit there and snipe and stuff. It gets annoying sniping. I did try sniping at Diamond Giannis when it first came out, and like a good 3 of them popped up for me, and I couldn't snipe not one of them, which was annoying. I could have broke the bank, you know, selling that car, because that car was going for like 200,000 when it first came out. But yeah, so this is how around this I had like 130K. And by the way, during this I was in the middle of current domination, and also on top of that, recently around like yesterday, I forgot to mention, earlier in the year I bought bronze range extender for like probably like 10K or 9K around there, and of course it rose in price. It was like an investment, and range extender ended up rising in price. He was like it's like 20K now, so of course I ended up making a lot of profit. And around this time I finished current domination, and I was in the middle of historic domination, and I have 180K. I was basically done with historic domination. I was at the really end of it, and I since this card sold, it literally took me to over 200K, literally, probably like 201K, not completely over 200K, but yeah, around here. So that explains how I literally got to the 200K mark. So first is domination. Domination literally earns me a whole bunch of MT because I'm getting like basically 1,000 a game. You're getting packs, which in the packs you're getting shoes. You could quick sell the shoes. The shoes eventually add on value of MT. And also I sniped a Diamond Larry Bird when I got to 100K MT mark, and I end up getting more MT. And on top of that, historic domination literally gives you 1,000 MT a game. So I basically get 2,000 MT. You're facing like 30 teams every single domination era, whatever you call it. So of course, eventually the MT is gonna start stacking up, especially if you don't end up spending it. And of course, I'm earning tokens and stuff, and I'm unlocking cards in the token market, which ultimately led me to being in the empty tier of the token market. But yeah, here's a clip of me finishing current domination and getting Nick Van Exo, which is pretty cool experience. Because this is my first time in my team actually completing domination. I don't know about all-time domination. All-time domination looks really hard because, you know, I was struggling against historic domination the last 3 teams. But I'm gonna try to figure out. I don't know if I could do it and stuff, but I'm gonna try, of course. But yeah, you see, here's a clip. It literally happened yesterday of me finishing historic domination. So yeah, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoy. Today's a short episode, but you know, it's just basically a recap episode. Hope like, comment, subscribe, enjoy the video, and yeah, I'll see y'all later.